Boom. Greetings from YouTubeville. Once again, Danny Savage, Draft Guru. If you've been rocking with me from the beginning, you know this is a draft channel for all 32 NFL teams. I cover every single college out there: Division One, Division Two, Division Three, NAIA, HBCU. Now, before the season started, I happen to be a Cowboy fan. Don't hate me. This is a draft channel. But I said before, 805 Vaughn, boom, thank you for jumping into the chat. So I said, I say it like it is, even when I lie. I'm like, the Giants, they're a quarterback away from blowing out the Dallas Cowboys. Now, am I going to crown this kid Jackson Dart after tonight's game? No. Kid showed a lot of balls, though. We all know he was concussed, and he came back in the game, even though the coach was yelling at the doctor, and the doctor's being like, yo, what do you want me to do? But the funniest shit I ever saw was the kid Jackson Dart went back into the game with a concussion, and your head coach, the Boley, is like slapping him in the head. He's like, yeah, good job, kid. Oh. And then they're running the poor kid. I'm like, oh, Jesus. But long story short, we'll talk about the Giants a little quick. Go down to NFC East. Can anyone name me one Giant offensive lineman out there tonight? I mean, I know I can name them. Can anyone name me one offensive Giant lineman out there that was making more than $1 to $2 million tonight? You can't. Because there ain't none. That's a legit horrendous offensive line. But when you have a young quarterback that's mobile and uncensored cowboy, boom. I couldn't see if you spoke LUK link. I have to get the StreamYard. I'll do it tomorrow. Like I said, it's amazing how that offensive line looked with Russell Wilson, who ran like when he tried to move, it looked like when two old people hump, versus how the offensive line looked with Jackson Dart behind it. Cam Scatterboom, am I still a fan of him? No. Talk to me 3 to 4 years about him. You got to do your homework. He did he went to more than one college, and he did fumble 10 times in college. So am I sold on him? No. But, the Giants, for how many years, have thrown how many picks at that defensive line? Someone I would hope would look this up for me. I know Tony Romo and Eli Manning came into the league similar time frames. Romo was an undrafted free agent. Eli went in the first round. But I'd like to know, since that date until now, how many quarterbacks, especially high picks, have the Giants thrown at it? First, Dallas. But that's that. Now, let's talk about Philly. Philly looks like they're having a Super Bowl hangover. Looks like they partied way too much. Offensive line is, starting to show chinks in the armor. I don't know, man. Hurts was running like he had shit in his pants. Barkley is the reason that, they never should have re-upped him. They gave him a 1-year deal, tore it up, then gave him 2 years, $35 million. But also, Philly fans, you guys losing Mekhi Becton, all 6'7", 380 pounds of him at right guard, hurt you dudes a lot. Losing your center hurt you guys a lot. And now it looks like Landon Dickinson, the kid he's tough ass kid from Alabama, he's starting to slip. But don't worry, Philadelphia, because this is what you will do. The Philadelphia Eagles will fire Sirianni, whatever the hell his name is. They'll cut Hurts. But now, since they have a good foundation of defense and a good foundation along the trenches, even though they just past April, they went out and drafted 3D linemen and 3 more offensive linemen. They'll get rid of Hurts. They'll get rid of Sirianni. They'll get rid of Barkley. Go out and rebuild, and they'll be back in the Super Bowl within another 5 to 6 years when Dallas won't. Commanders. Let's look at the Commanders. Young quarterback, rookie running back. They do have money to spend in free agency. They traded for Laremy Tunsil. Got Josh Connolly. They got him in the first round. He made his money destroying Abdul Carter in the playoffs. And before the season started, I was asked, "Are you a Dallas fan?" And I'm like, "Yeah," but I'm just, kind of logical. Uncensored Cowboy, running back, South. It all starts at the top, people. And like I said it all along. I've been saying it for months. The Giants are a quarterback away. Because now, who's making all the money on that team? They can go out and get spend some money for undrafted free agents, but that's not really the Giants' style. This season, they'll draft some offensive linemen, 1 to 2 more. They'll draft a running back. Because Scatterboom, whatever, he's not an every down back. Let's be honest. He's a goal line back. That's what he is. You guys are still not using Abdul Carter correctly. He's not an edge. I did like the fact that you were lining him up and Burns on the same side. I did like that. I like that. But you guys have to learn from the Dallas Cowboy mistakes. Play Abdul Carter as a linebacker and not an edge. The kid is I'm a big Abdul Carter fan. You're going to waste this kid. Running back struggle. Well, listen, I would draft a running back every single draft. Use them, abuse them, and say next. What second contract for running backs has worked out for the organization? It doesn't. It doesn't. Do you think Baltimore and Philly right now are regretting re-upping Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley? Barkley looked like he didn't even want to be in the Meadowlands tonight. The look on Barkley's face was like he knew where Jimmy Hoffa was. It was like fucking Jimmy Hoffa was in his locker. He looked scared. He looked like out of place. You think he wanted to be back there with some bravado with a ring and run and everything like that. He was like a little shook, man. It was comical, but it just shows you, like I said, it's cool. I've been called a lot worse than a hater. But if a hater is being honest and saying your team is horrendous, yet you can look at certain positions and there's $100 million players everywhere. Can anyone out there name me one wide receiver tonight that played for the Giants? But Dak Prescott has to have $100 million wide receiver at all three wide positions, all three positions. He needs to have a round one tight end. He needs to have a round one running back. The Giants are going to lap the Cowboys, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. But hey, yo, I take my hats off to them, bro. You know, they were down on their luck for a lot of years. But it also seems like they made a mistake letting Daniel Jones go because he's, showing out in Indy. Helps, though, having Tyler Warren from Penn State next to him. But Wan'Dale Robinson. Like I said, man, last 20 years, how many picks have the Dallas Cowboys made a quarterback? Or even better, how many high picks have we made a quarterback? I know the answer. None. Giants, like I said, they'll get two more offensive linemen. They have a good young tight end, Theo Johnson. They'll get another wide receiver. They'll get a speedy back, and then the Scatterbo, whatever you want to call him, he'll be your goal line back. Anyone going to the NFL have 3 TDs in one game. Talk to me in 3 years, and look up his stats because he did fumble 10 times in college. But he's a tough kid, man. I can't take anything away from him. Philly, I don't know. It looked like they were out partying last night. But, it's amazing. They were, they were lowering the banner, showing that trophy a couple of weeks ago. 5 weeks ago when they beat the Cowboys? Don't be shocked. You see Sirianni get fired fast. Hurts gone. You got to realize the owner did this already with Carson Wentz and everybody. And what? They went back and they won. You don't think he's going to do it again? But yet, if this was the Dallas Cowboys would still be paying Carson Wentz to be on the channel, to be on their team. And we'd still have, probably Jason Garrett on our team. But listen, this is a draft channel for all 32 NFL teams. I'm at 296 already. I got 5 more to drop mañana. We'll be at 300, and all my videos are on my channel. All the videos for the players will be on my channel, and then we'll be up to about 1,000 come April 1st. Then we'll start doing mock drafts and everything like that. But like I said, this is for all 32 NFL teams. And I don't know, man. I knew this day was coming. Like I said, do you want to anoint the kid off one game? No. He did show hard coming back into the game when he was concussed. Todd French, what's up? Do you think the Cowboys should sign Javonte Williams long term? No, hell no. I put out the other day that the Cowboys should trade Javonte Williams because right now Javonte Williams is hot, and there's a desperate team out there that will throw you a draft pick for him. He is made of glass. He gets hurt all the time. So what? We're going to keep him around, and he's going to get hurt in week 11, week 12, when you get a pick for him now, and he's on a one-year deal. So he is playing good, but he's playing for next year's deal. We got to pay Pickens now. So, let's take a look back, because now I'm getting into it now, man. Now I'm really starting to get into it a little bit. How did paying your quarterback and then your 2 receivers $100 million, How has that worked for the Cincinnati Bengals? Could anyone? Can I hear a pin? Anyone got a pin? But God forbid Dak Prescott doesn't have 3 round one wide receivers, a round one running back, a round one tight end, and the great wall of Dallas behind them. OG, what's up? Thank you for jumping in the chat. 805 Vaughn, thanks for the monthly Dallas video. No, it's true. I do. I do like a video like once a month. Legit. Yeah, I couldn't talk about them every day. I'm sorry, I couldn't. I'd rather stick my hand in a blender on hard than talk about the Dallas Cowboys. It's not fun, right? My dogs just said the same thing. Dog Pound. Do you think Javonte Williams is doing good due to talent or the scheme he is in? Do you think other backs like Blue and Maffa, if given the opportunity, do better? Okay, when the season started, I said, number one, what was the point of even having Miles Sanders on the team? For you to even tell me Miles Sanders has more upside than Blue or Maffa? No way. Javonte Williams is playing hard. He is. He's falling forward. But it's a big difference when you have a $10, $15 million guaranteed contract versus you're on a 1-year deal playing for the New York. I take that back. You're playing for America's team, the world's team, the Dallas Cowboys. This is how crazy this is. This is, I think, will be the 5th week in a row that Dallas Cowboys have primetime game. They're playing Carolina. I'm nowhere near either of those cities. They're on primetime. Why? Because whether they win, I think the NFL likes it more and the fans like it more when they lose. It's great for ratings. It's a joke, man. Uncensored. I'm okay with 2-year. Nah, I can't. Just me personally, uncensored. I really do respect your opinion. You know I do. With a 32nd ranked defense, I can't throw a penny at a linebacker, at a running back. Excuse me, I can't, because I got 2 rookies on the team. There's 20 guys out there sitting throughout 32 NFL teams practice squads I can draft. And I have a load of running backs coming out of this draft. So the needs, I mean, let's be honest. Don't you think? Hold on. I mean, we need 2 safeties. At least 1 corner. If you think Maris is the guy, we need 2 linebackers then. So let's just say Maris is the guy, but I don't think he is because he was Zimmer's guy. Zimmer's not here. So that's 5. We need 2 defensive ends, 2 D tackles. You still need another run. Even if Maffa and Blue are good, you still need another running back. But you can't do all those things when you're paying a quarterback $60 million a year. You can't, man. You just can't, man. Let's see what else. Javonte Williams, 440 yards. Yeah, no, listen, I agree with you. He's running hard, but throughout the years, and it's just natural as humans. How many times throughout the years have we seen that free agent on a 1-year deal get that bag, and then the next year he just falls off a cliff again? Why? He's not playing for nothing. So you playing for a contract versus guaranteed? Come on, man. It's incentive based. It's not, I cannot justify giving Javonte Williams a penny. I'm sorry. I can't. Dog Pound, boom. Thank you for jumping. Savage, you think that Shamar Jones was a reach in round 5? So you're not talking about Turner, the one who went to the Cincinnati Bengals. You're not talking about him, right? Because there's two Shamar. There's Shamar Jones, and I think the other one. There was two Shamars in this past draft. It's truly hard to rate a draft so early. It takes a legit 3 years to say what's a reach and what's not, if you want to do it properly. But it's just frustrating. Just be happy with JW. But Fiend, I can't be. How can I? He's made of glass. All the guys in my era, remember Mike Tyson Punch Out, Glass Joe? The first contender was Glass Joe. You would just tap him and he would knock you. He would whoop. Javonte Williams is a ticking time bomb. Why do you think there wasn't 31 other teams that signed them and we jumped on them? Does that tell you anything or no? It tells you about our scouting department and our ownership and our leadership. Blues being made an example of because Shoddy can get away with that with a young kid. Put him in the doghouse for reasons here and there that he can't get away with a veteran. Maffa, a mysterious shoulder injury, IR. It's amazing. They said he had the shoulder injury at Clemson last year. He still went for over 1,000 yards. Yo, like, I don't watch TV. I don't watch the news. Don't even read. Don't even listen to the shit you hear coming out of Dallas. It's all lies, bro. It's all misinformation. Lies. Smoke and mirrors, my friends. Smoke and mirrors. Linebacker from Florida, Dallas picked round 5. No, I hear you, but what is our team's fascination with guys with knee problems? The year prior, he dislocated his kneecap. So I did not even have him ranked. I can go back like 90%. I can go back. But then I was doing some research on the actual surgery, and they were saying out of all the knee surgeries that are out there, ACL, MCL, PCL, they say ones involving the kneecap are the worst, because they say if the kneecap like goes to the back, you're on the verge of like getting your leg amputated. Yeah, man. So I'm not a doctor, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night. So linebacker. Don't poison his health. He's doing okay now. Can't trust a hurt player. That's like trusting a boxer with a glass jaw. Why? You know he's going to go down. Listen, some people's jaws are stronger than others. But once you have that reputation of having a glass jaw, you never see anybody turn that back around and then just start taking them on the chin. It don't happen, people. What the hell do we What the hell do we watch? Well, listen, man. Dallas is on TV this Sunday versus Carolina. Yo, it's comical, man. This is like the fifth week in a row they're on national television. It just shows you whatever Jerry touches, it turns into billions. And it just shows you that he can put out a subpar product and he's on nationwide every week. Funny shit, man. Funny shit. Dallas should have picked Jihad Campbell round one. Christopher Kaiser, what's up, bro? Thank you for jumping in the chat. How many guys saw Jihad Campbell out there tonight? Yeah, I love that kid. But I heard a rumor. I didn't believe it. But listen, he had the surgery, but they said he had a bad shoulder and he had to get a minor surgery after the combine. So he played the 2024 season with a minor tear in his shoulder. And then when he went to the combine and they gave him the MRIs everywhere, it popped up. Yo, and Philly, coming off a Super Bowl, traded up to get Jihad Campbell. Jihad Campbell was my linebacker too. I got to deal with him now for the next decade. And if you're a Dallas fan, you got to deal with him now for the next decade, man. It's just how about the one big kid tonight for Philadelphia? Ty Robinson, I think. Big white kid in the middle from Nebraska. It's like 6'6", 310. I comped him to a poor man's J.J. Watt. Philly grabbed him like in around the 4, around there. It's a joke, man. It's all a joke. Fiend, let's just pay for him to remain healthy to help the $60 million bionic man. Yo, Fiend, listen, you can look at it a lot of different ways. All I'm trying to say is if my phone rang right now and somebody was offering me a 3 or a 4, even a 5 for this kid, bye. Because Fiend, OG, let's be honest, OG, if he blows up, let's just say, you already know we're paying Pickens. We have the 32nd ranked defense. What are we going to do? Pay Pickens? And you want to pay Javonte Williams? You have to be practical. Has anyone ever heard of the draft? You see, Dallas goes out and drafts players when they have the glaring hole on their team instead of going BPA, best player available. Dallas doesn't draft running backs until they have none on their team. When other teams in the NFL, they draft running backs every single year. Other teams in the NFL throw picks at quarterbacks. Since 1989, I know Aikman went 1. Then the following year, we spent another 1 on Steve Walsh from the U, who we traded and got ones back for. But after that, I think the highest pick we've ever put out there on a quarterback was Dak Prescott in 2016 with a round 4 pick. Let that sink in, people. Let that sink in. To compare that to an organization like Philly, yeah, you got us to a Super Bowl, didn't work out, no problem. Bye. They did that with the coach. They did that with draft. They did go and look up what they gave up to move up to get Carson Wentz. And they go, bye. Like I said, man, it's not what we're talking about. This was just kind of like an NFC East video, not a Dallas video at all. I just wanted to, I mean, not vent, because like I said, I'm used to this. But listen, I know like I come off a certain way, but anyone who rocks with me, rocks with my channel, I've been saying, yo, the Giants are a quarterback away. So I must know a little bit about something. Well, I'm really, really lucky, one or the other. Or I just have an eye for talent. But I also do a lot of work at this. But it is what it is. Tomorrow, I'll have 5 more prospects and we'll be over 300. Got a good game tomorrow night. There's a couple games tomorrow night, but we're going to talk also. Tomorrow night, I believe we got North Texas, and I think it's UCF or USF. I always get those two. I'm going to do a special video on them tomorrow. If you want to, I don't want to talk too much. We'll talk about that mañana. Listen, I'd like to thank everyone who jumped in the chat. This was just, just a little, the state of the NFC East and the state of how some organizations run versus others. Because we all know when you're rocking with GWO. Sorry the video went so long. Thank you, everybody. Jump in the chat. Yo, there's that little hyper or whatever button. Give it all a plug, please. Good night.